So on February 20th, 1962, Kurt Cobain was born. He is the founder of Nirvana, and he's one of the front figures of alternative rock. So my question is, which singer would you want to visit ever in the history of music? And what would you talk to them about? Why don't you come up, sir?
Thank you. All right, so my name is Stephen George, and this is my first time coming here today. And if there was any singer throughout all of history that I would like to go visit, it would have to be Elvis Presley. And that might be sort of like a cliche answer. You might think everyone would want to say Elvis because he's the greatest rock star of all time. But to me, he really speaks to an era of rock and roll, an era of an evolving America. And I really want to ask him about this and see what he did to become so inventive, to push the boundaries so far, farther than anyone had ever gone before. So to begin with this, I might ask him, say, how did you first come up with some of your songs? Who were your inspirations? Honestly, this might change between person to person, but for him, understanding exactly where he came from could help me with my life to discover people who could inspire me and help find leaders within my life. So it's just these sort of conversations I believe that I could talk with him and figure out how to better myself as a person, better myself in my career, and better myself as just an individual overall. Thank you.
Good job. So my last question for the Table Topics meeting. On February 20th, 1998, Tara Lipinski became the first and youngest women's figure skating gold medalist in the 1998 Winter Olympics. So, if you won first place in the world in your hobby, what would you do? And what is your hobby in the first place? Jiten, why don't you come up here?
So if I am to showcase my hobby, I would like to sing Indian classical music in front of all the foreigners who have no idea about Indian classical music. And I would sing something crazy like Indranaadi tindiko, kungarnakkar gindiko, tagdadiyara tindinare, dindarnakkar tagdadiyara indiyare, hey. And the funny part is, even I don't understand this. Because India is so diverse, there are like more than 200 languages there. I have no idea what does that mean, but I've always enjoyed these songs, even without ever knowing them. So I always wonder how music is something which you don't need to understand in order to enjoy it. And I would go completely insane. I would like to do something which makes no sense, because I would be given an opportunity when people are there to listen to me, and I am the one who is ruling the stage. So let me go crazy, and I will allow you to go crazy with me. Thank you so much.
So great job to everyone who spoke today. Jason, were all of our speakers in time?
All of our speakers were within time or within the 30-second grace period.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Only place at UGA you can get a free Indian rock concert. That was great. Now, would you please look on your evaluation sheet and fill in the Toastmaster portion. Send it in the middle. And the best table topics. third and final section of the meeting is evaluations. Each speaker that spoke in the first portion of the meeting, those 5 to 7 minute long presentations you sat through, they get their own personal evaluator. And they sit through their entire speech and write down each and every minute detail on how they can become a better speaker. And through this practice, we all become better speakers. Would the general evaluator please come up?
Thank you, guys. So my role is basically to let everybody know how I felt the meeting went, as well as how are the evaluators evaluating the speakers. So, first of all, I think we did a really good job today. I really enjoyed it. I felt a lot of enthusiasm and humor coming out of each and every one of y'all. And that's part of the reason we come here. So I really enjoy that. One thing I felt that certain individuals could work on, some more than others, is the body language we bring up here. Every now and then, I see hands in pockets, I see kind of aimlessly wandering. Every time we're up here, we try to come up here with a concise purpose and an argument that we're trying to make for ourselves. So it's good to the best of your ability, always know what you're doing and why you're doing it. With that said, I'm sure our evaluators have a lot to say about each and every speaker. Let's welcome our first evaluator, Austin, or is that?
Jiten.
Jiten.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm to evaluate Ksenia, and it was your icebreaker speech today. Congratulations. So her speech should be evaluated for having a clear beginning, body, and ending, and I should not be very much concerned about your gestures. That's what I'm guided to do. So I'll go to every question one by one, and I'll give you specific feedback, and then a general feedback at the end. What strong points does the speaker already have? So although I think I missed initial 30 seconds of your speech because I came a little late, but I found it very captivating. I could connect to it from the beginning till the end. You talked about different hobbies you have and how one of your hobbies, which is playing piano, shaped you to who you are today. Did the speech reflect adequate preparation? I would say yes. I liked how well dressed you are today. You look really pretty. Did the speaker talk clearly and audibly? Yes. Though you can control a little bit of pacing, I thought that it was a little bit faster, but I could understand you. It didn't stop me from understanding you. And look who is saying it. Did the speech have a definite opening, body, and conclusion? Yes. Please comment on the speaker's use of notes. So I could see that you had some hand notes, and I also saw you were making very good use of it, but at the same time I would suggest it to you and all other speakers who are yet to speak, that when you use your hand notes, please do not avoid making eye contact while you do that. Like, you should not be looking too much into your notes that you miss out making eye contact. So that is one advice that I would like to give you. What could the speaker have done differently? I would say a little bit of hand gestures and use of stage, but this particular evaluation does not ask me to evaluate you on that thing, so you have a benefit of doubt today. So not a big deal for this particular speech. Overall, I liked how captivating it was. I liked that how you connected to everyone. I liked how you used specific examples, and it was inspiring in a way when you talked about how you overcame your fear or I would say you were a little bit introvert, but your hobby kept you going forward. And I think you have great potential, and I wish you all the best for your future speeches.
Well done. Let's welcome our second evaluator, Fahim. Come on up here and tell us how you think Enrique did.
So this is Enrique's second speech, icebreaker named Power of Words. The objective of this speech was simple: organize in a manner that leads to the audience a clearly defined goal, as his speech titled, Defined with Power of Words. Simply put, his speech was well placed. He had his body, conclusion, and opening. We'll start off with that opening picture of, I think Michael, hopefully from the office, yeah, Michael. But well placed, still got everyone's attention going, got interesting and valuable lesson from the speech. It was well prepared, it seemed like. Had a few pauses, but overall it seemed like it flowed relatively well. The transitions were well placed. The bullet points, you had the dad and the encouraging words of your anecdote, and then the whole Pam story of how you lost your chance with that girl, and the teacher and the teaching of knowledge. All well placed, all related back to the main conclusion, the power of words, and how something said by either one made or broke your life, you know? Overall, you had great reinforcements, I guess, at the end with the whole reviewing of what you said. Basically reminded everyone what you said, the main bullet points, reinforced the thoughts that were present. But those are all the goods, you know, I mean, it always has to be bad, right? So a few that I noticed were that it lacked vocal variety. Like, your speech was relatively monotone. You were just going constantly and not deviating with, I guess, voice in general. I tend to do that often myself, so I can't say much, but as looking at another person, you could easily notice the difference. And if you had, I feel like it would have been more captivating, because I feel like some people in the audience might have just found it like you just speaking your story rather than incorporating them in as well. Another thing I noticed was you were over here in the back, right here, rather than like utilizing your hands and everything, they were just in your pocket, like your jacket pocket, just sitting there rather than using them for your speech, you know? Because you use gestures, I guess, for better incorporation of the speech or make more emphasis. But overall, it was a great speech. I liked the whole transitions because they were framed well, conclusion, body. And as a second speech, it was very good, you know what I mean? Next, 8 more to go before you can be a competent communicator, but great start, so good job, and keep them coming, man.
Our last speaker was Jessica. She had a very exciting speech. And Jeremiah is going to be evaluating her. Come on up, Jeremiah.
Okay, so Jessica, you are an amazing speaker, so it's really hard to find stuff that's wrong. So first I'm going to tell you the good stuff.
Okay.
So one of the questions hers was researching, and she did a lot of research for this topic, of course. The speaker's topic applied to the audience. I think we've all seen the Titanic before, so we all knew like what she was talking about. It's a very popular movie. And of course we all know Jessica. Was the topic well researched? Yes. There was a lot of facts and statistics. I was really kind of wowed like how much you really researched the topic because you seem to know quite a bit about her. You supported your main points. The support material was definitely appropriate. And you varied the type of support material, so you had statistics, slides, pictures, biography information. Your purpose was easily understood. We could tell what it was about immediately, but the only thing was, like, I feel like there wasn't really like a lesson. A lot of it was based on like how she related to you, and I feel like there should have been something more than that.
Was it effectively organized? Yes. It was kind of a good chronological order slash what the main points of her champion moments were. Okay, so these are one of those nitpick things. So I've had to critique Zack before, so I have to find like really minute stuff that's wrong, because he's also a great speaker. So one of the things is all of your speeches are very energetic and emphatic and everything, but I never see you really like quiet down a lot. Like every now and then you will, but like extended periods of quiet and then extended periods of excitement. Another nitpick is sometimes you use slang. So for instance, in this speech, you said, Margaret Brown said, "Hey, bro." Now, I mean, like here, you know, I'm sure she would have said that too. But this is professional organization. I know right now it's a bunch of students and we're of course informal, but technically we should be working on professional speeches. But yeah, other than that, I thought there were some really good comparisons. You always make me laugh in your speeches, and I think you did an amazing job.